The Marvels, the plot, Victron, Victron, Spectic, Faux Thighs. Bruh, look, Monica Rambeau was a plot. Take my glasses off because you get a glare. Monica Rambeau was a plot of the Marvels.
On the next episode of Titus Balls Z.
I liked the movie. It was cute. Even though when I saw the trailer and everything, I literally said, this is a cute movie. Didn't feel any type of way about it. I didn't put it on a high or low spectrum. It was kind of like in the middle for me, because at the same time, granted, when Captain Marvel came out and we all watched that movie, hopefully some of you guys have seen it. You should have seen it because it's been years. That movie was more nostalgic than anything. Granted, if you were born in the late 1900s, you're old now. Not really, but it just had a lot of nostalgic things in it. Was it one of the best Marvel movies they put out? No, but it wasn't a bad movie, and it wasn't like, not necessarily a like one of the best things they put out. Like it wouldn't have stood up there with Spider-Man and the Avengers and all other stuff, other movies that they have made at the time. But it was an okay movie. I guess granted now it's a mid movie, as you would say. But with the Marvels, it was a cute movie, and I like that they did some of the things that were tied in. And they did have a lot of things connected with the TV shows, Miss Marvel, WandaVision, and we can go with Secret Invasion, but not most people are going with Secret Invasion. Iman, who plays Kamala Khan, and her family, granted, which they were in the movie, it was great. It was great. I saw nothing bad with it. She did a good job. And the thing that I like about Iman, who's playing Kamala Khan, she is generally a kid playing. No, she's a fan playing a fan, because she is really just a fan of the movies and just comics in general. And then she's playing a fangirl who looks up to Captain Marvel, which is just totally great. And then when you see her basically in the show and now in the movie, she has that, granted she still is a child, but they give her the childlike mentality and imagination that she has, making like short little skits or videos of her being with the Avengers, and especially Captain Marvel, who is her idol. And she just fangirls out, which typically makes it cute. And then we go with Brie Larson, who is Captain Marvel. Things that was wrong with her is that she's basically just a loner, and she's suffering from the things that she has done, all the mistakes that she has made, and now she's trying to correct those mistakes in a way, but making more mistakes. And then we have Monica Rambeau, who we've all been waiting for since the end of WandaVision. I think she's been in something else, I just can't remember. But, you know, who is played by Tiana Paris. Is she related to somebody that we know? I don't know. But we finally get to see her, and we get to see her in action. And the only thing that she's suffering for is basically, granted, yes, the loss of her mom, Maria Rambeau. And, you know, basically she felt like Auntie Carol basically abandoned her, because Carol left and she never came back to check up on her. That we know of. She just never came back. And yet, Monica is still getting used to her powers. She's trying to learn how to use her powers, in which I like the scene when freaking Nick Fury said, "Black girl magic." And to me, that basically gave her the courage to empowerment to use her powers and to do what she needed to do, even though she was still brand fresh new at using them because she just wanted to be a regular person. And I wanted to say, and it's from watching Rob Jefferson, the Comics Explained, it's from watching him basically saying that I wish Adam Brashear was in the movie. I thought Adam Brashear was going to be in the movie, or at least like name drop. They did not name drop him or nothing. Blue Marvel. If you don't know who he is, you guys gotta look it up. He's basically up there, smartest guy, one of the smartest people in the universe. I think he's smarter than Reed Richards. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But he is powerful. He can build over the century. I think he can go against Thor. I think he can go against the Hulk. But this is going to be super nerd talk. I'm going to go on a tangent just talking about this guy. But I thought he was going to be in the movie, but he wasn't. He didn't get name dropped or anything. Maybe a certain person could be him in that movie. We don't know. But then he didn't have a name, and that guy was like super old. So never mind. And I made cliff notes. I had to make cliff notes. For granted, what they didn't do in the first movie, they did in this movie. We actually got to know Carol, who Carol is, what she did in between the first one and this one. Granted, even though the first one took place in '95 and now we are in 2023, but yeah, she went back. And there was something that made sense. She went back. She destroyed the Supreme Intelligence or whatever, like the god of the Kree race. She destroyed that, and in between, like when she did that, if you pay attention to Guardians of the Galaxy, because they had Ronan the Accuser, like the Kree nation had fell apart, and so there was a lot of things that was going on in between that. So that was another mistake that Carol basically made, and she had to deal with her wrongdoings, and she just had to fix it and basically messing up everything else. But we got more of a backstory with her, and then we didn't even know that she went back home to visit Maria, and Carol wanted Maria to have the powers and not her, so Maria can be around Monica to take care of Monica, because Maria had cancer and she was dying of cancer. Her cancer came back. But Maria just wanted Carol to come back and to take care of Monica, but Carol ran from that responsibility and just never did it because she had to go fix everything else that she made a mistake on. I want to talk about the villain Darvin. Darvin was a good villain. I like this villain. I didn't really think too much of this villain because of everything that was going on, but she was a different villain this time. This villain, they weren't trying to rule the world. They weren't trying to destroy the universe, even though that we know of destroyed one planet. But they weren't doing much. They just wanted to restore their planet that Carol destroyed, and they called Carol the Annihilator because Carol killed the Supreme Intelligence. So, in a way, in this movie, they really got out of their formula of what they usually do typically in the Marvel movies and other superhero movies. It was something different. And I want to go back to like when I saw the trailer for this movie, and then when I went in and watching the movie, I thought this movie, because granted they showed them using their powers, but every time they used their powers they would teleport. So I thought going into this movie they were going to use their powers, but everybody be in a different part of the universe, and they would have to like try to meet up on a certain planet, certain spot, whatever they were going to meet up at, and then not use their powers the whole entire time. and they end up meeting up. That's how I thought it was gonna be, but it was something totally different, and the way that they end up just colliding with each other, because I think at the point, like, they were never gonna meet up with they were never gonna meet each other without, I guess, crossing their powers together, or the switcheroo that was going on. I don't know if I really should get into the whole Secret Invasion thing. Granted, I did like Secret Invasion. I know it's something totally different, but I did like Secret Invasion. I liked the show, I guess, towards the end when it started to get a little bit wonky, but then at the same time, like, watching Secret Invasion did give me more of a I don't know what's on my throat. Did give me more of a Falcon and Winter Soldier feel. It was basically just terrorism, and it's terrorists. And I just got tired of that. But I did like the fact from Secret Invasion, it was more of like a Nick Fury thing, and the whole like spy stuff that he was going through and everything. So that was cool. But to be honest, I wanted more at the end. I wanted more Super Skrulls, like I had in the comics. I wanted more of just other people being Skrulls, and Skrulls really trying to take over the planet, and just have a different reason, instead of saying like, oh, you were Nick Fury, you lied to me, and so we're just gonna come and just kill the whole entire planet, and we can take over because you guys promised us you was gonna find us on the planet, and we're just here now, so we're just gonna stay. Like, it was okay, but it could have been better. Didn't hate Secret Invasion, but I didn't love it. But you see a difference in Nick Fury from this movie and Secret Invasion. Nick Fury is more serious in Secret Invasion, and in this movie he was having fun with it, which I don't blame him, because it was a cute, fun movie, and it wasn't a bad movie. This movie, granted, it's not hard, but it was actually better than Ant-Man Quantumania. I do feel like the movie should have been a little bit longer, because I felt like certain things just needed to be fixed. For example, I like the planet Aladdin. Basically, the planet Aladdin, I was like, this planet Aladdin, but it's Aladdin. I was like, oh, they're mixing the two, blah, 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 but I like the planet Aladdin. And then, even on that planet, they only sang on that planet, which is the funny part. And they turned that planet into a musical. And so, when they got there, because first I didn't think nobody was going to sing, they was going to find a person they need to talk to, do their thing, blah, blah, and that's it. But when Carol said, no, you got it, the only way they understand you if you sing to them, you have to sing, that's their language. So I thought that Monica, and I thought Kamala was going to give in, she was going to sing. But I thought that Monica wasn't going to sing, she was going to continue talking to them regularly, and then get frustrated, and then started singing to them to where they would actually understand her. But she didn't do it, but I did like the part, because it got cute, because they were vibing to that planet. They were vibing to that planet. Then the Prince dude came out, and I was like, watch all the ladies fall over this dude, especially the chicks who were into like Korean drama and stuff like that. They was gonna like just drool over the guy, and it was cool because it was like, oh yeah, he's bilingual, so he doesn't have to sing, he can just talk to you, but he's saying just to do it. And it was funny to me that Carol is married to him. The only thing I like the whole fight scene, and it's just like when she couldn't save that planet, she left. And she also told Kamala this, because Kamala had to learn, because with Kamala, she wants to be like Carol so much that she wants to save everybody, because that's what she thinks Carol does. She thinks Carol just flies around saving everybody and calling it a day. But with that, Carol had to tell her when they was on that one Skrull planet, she was like, we can't save everybody. And Kamala was like, being the kid, she's like, yes we can. But Carol was like, no, she had to be stern. While they were on Aladdin, Kamala had to say the same thing to Carol. We can't save everybody. Even though Carol did, because felt like her being married to that guy, that was her sole purpose, to save that planet. But we don't know what happened to that planet after they got their resources taken, their water. We don't know what happened to that planet. Did everybody die? That's the thing they didn't explain to us in the movie. They just left that planet. So what happened to Atlanta? We don't know. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, we do learn from the memory sequence that, well, I already talked about that, but yeah, from the memory sequence that Monica mom's died. She got a cancer back. She died. Carol's supposed to be there, and they carried out. Carol left Monica. I do like what Kamala did. Kamala, I like the fact that she was just basically dropping names, sticking things to the comics or whatever, and was giving Monica her code name, in which Monica wasn't really going by, but like Spectrum and Photon. And she didn't stick with it, but we know who she is. And hopefully later on in the next movie that she's in, she takes those names, Spectrum and Photon. And even with the what do they call it? The cosmic rod. That was pretty cool. I did like, but they didn't really call it that in the movie. But I did like they did introduce the quantum bands. The only thing is they didn't really mention who had them before. All we know that is, if you pay attention in Ms. Marvel, is that a Kree soldier had it before, and basically that Kree soldier died. But originally, I think Quasar had them, so we don't even know who Quasar is yet, and he hasn't really been name dropped, or they haven't been name dropped. I would say with the Flerken scene, I kind of did see that coming. Was certain things that I saw coming with that scene. It was more of when they started like having these random like little meaty eggs be around the space station and the Sword Station. I was like, oh, Goose is basically having babies. But I like the fact that they use all the kittens as a space shuttle lifeboat type of thing, because the Flerkens, when they eat stuff, it becomes a pocket dimension, and it stays there until they feel like throwing them back up. So that was a cool little nifty part. The other thing I didn't really like towards the end, it kind of didn't make any sense. Monica did not have to go inside the little space hole to close it. Honestly, didn't explain it, but it'd be too much. It'd make too much sense for a movie purpose, so she had to go in there. But it was like, yeah, she could have stayed outside to close it, but she had to go in there so we can get our end credit scene of basically her being with Beast of the X-Men, if you didn't know who Beast was. But Beast of the X-Men. So finally we've gotten like 3 of it already, because we got it in Ms. Marvel, we got it in not WandaVision, Multiverse of Madness, Mom, and then we're getting in this movie. We're finally getting the X-Men within the Marvel universe, like how it should be, but that won't be until Secret Wars, which we have plenty of time, so that'll be cool. We're finally happy with that. And then they're finally setting up the Young Avengers, in which that has been talked about for ages. And if you haven't been watching certain shows and a movie, Freak, Hawkeye, if you haven't watched the Hawkeye show, granted, Ms. Marvel, and now what was the third one? Oh yeah, Ant-Man Quantumania, right? I really feel like you don't have to watch Ant-Man Quantumania, but yes, you kind of do. But yeah, like, they're setting up for the Young Avengers. And even freaking Captain America, no, Falcon and Winter Soldier, they have a couple characters in there. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. I think I forgot his name, but I know Isaiah Bradley is in there. What's his son name? I forgot his name. He's in there. They had to find him. And I like how they did it in the movie with Kamala Khan basically stealing the tech that Nick Fury gave her to find out all the people with all the information, like the little tablet. And she goes and finds Kate Bishop. And then now she's like, now we gotta go find Cassie Lang. Gotta go find her. So I feel like, in a way, please don't let me be wrong, but they're getting back on a good note with these movies. And the director, Nia DaCosta, she did a great job at this movie. Like, it wasn't even bad. It wasn't boring. I'm gonna say it again. The movie was cute. I'd watch it again. Yeah, it's above Ant-Man. It's above Thor, Love and Thunder. Like, I'm liking it. I say go see the movie. I give this movie 7 out of 10. Like, for real. And like I said, Imani, she's just fangirling out. And I hope they keep her, and I hope she keeps fangirling out and just doing her thing. Literally a teenager doing a teenage job. That is it. Yeah. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I've been meaning to do some more stuff, but I can't really keep saying like, oh, I'm gonna keep doing this, I'm gonna keep doing it. Nope. I'm just gonna just release when they release. There you go. And hopefully I just continue doing this. I mean, I like doing this. It's fun. Other than that, peace, love, all that jazz. And until next episode, I will see you guys later. Peace.